Hello friends, it's Suzanne here again with another paper box project. This is a very cute fold flat box actually. So if I wanted to, I could flip out the edges and minus the decorations, I could fold it flat and store it. So I think this is a really great project to do for, I don't know, anything that you need to put in here. It was inspired by this little box that I got for Christmas. It houses a very nice piece of soap. So I took inspiration from that. I actually even really like the cardstock and the pretty stamping on it, but alas, I wanted to bling some stuff up a little bit. So that is gold foil paper, and I've got some pearls on there too, and I put decoration on the front and the back just because I wanted to. So you can do what you like. So I'll show you how to make it. Today I'm actually going to use the gold foil paper. I'm on a gold foil paper kick right now. So, and then I have two pieces of designer series paper, and that is 2 by 3.5. So I need 2 pieces of that. For the paper, I need 7 by 6 3/4. So on the short side, which is the 6 3/4 side, I'm going to score at, using my large knob on my stylus, I'm going to score at 1/2. That's what I didn't want to have happen. And then 1 1/2, and then 5 1/4, and at 6 1/2. Oops. Yikes. I'll show you how to fix that problem. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it round, and on my long side I'm scoring at 1, 3 1/4, 4 1/4, and 6 1/2. All right, get this out of my way. So just on a couple of those whoopsies that I did, I'm just going to try to burnish that out and see if it does anything. This is what I've done on cardstocks before, and it's worked well. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not as noticeable now. So if you ever make a mistake with a cardstock, and you know, sometimes I notice that the stylus jumps a little bit. It's not too bad. It's usually on the sides. Okay, so what you're going to end up with is something like this. Here, I'll put it this way so it's the same as my example. So this is going to be the top and the bottom, the top and the bottom. Okay, so this is going to be the back. So basically I'm going to remove all 4 of these pieces and all 4 of these pieces. So we're left with just this rectangle and this rectangle. Can you see that? Would it be better to do it on this side? I don't know, it's easier for me this way, so I'm going with it. Don't worry about writing anything down. It's all on my blog, sunstampin.com. And if you're watching on YouTube, I have a link to the exact project, where the project is, on my blog. So if you're watching this, you know, months after I've made it, don't worry. You can still get to it. Something seems a little off to me. I was having this problem. That's an inch. Yep. So I'm going to fix it instead of redoing the video, because this is the only piece of gold stock that I have. So I mismeasured, and 5 1/4, so this should be 6 1/4. So on your long side, your last measurement, instead of when I said 6 1/2, put in 6 1/4 on your long side. Okay, I'm just writing that down on my paper too, so that I actually have the right measurements when I go to post in the blog. So sorry about that little accident there. I knew something was a little bit off. But this is just on the lid, and we'll make this the bottom. So, oh, sometimes, you know, measurements, I'm not the greatest. But I'm glad I figured it out now before I actually have gone through a project and, you know, done everything so lovely. And then right, you know, as I'm gluing everything together, oh my gosh. Okay, you can see that I'm wedging bits and pieces out. And you can follow along. So basically these are the tabs, and I like to wedge out on my tabs. You don't have to wedge out a ton, but enough so that the box closes nicely. Oops. And I don't think I've actually ever used foil paper in an actual project like this. And I've got a couple of projects that I'm doing foil paper on. Crazy. It's just been sitting, the foil paper. I'm a paper hoarder. And it's been sitting on my desk or in my storage for a while. I'm like, why not use it? Okay, so this is what you should have. Okay, and do remember that we'll need to score at 6 1/4 instead of 6 1/2 here. So thank goodness I caught that. Okay, so I'm going to use I'm actually going to put the designer series paper on first. Whoops. I pressed so lightly I couldn't see if it was on. I suppose you could leave it gold if you like. Oh, I can see if somebody was giving something really special to use the gold foil paper. Oh, this fast fuse is super sticky. And just to note, if you're using snail, the difference between obviously snail and fast fuse is really, really strong. And if I was to compare all three, this is sticky strip. So this is in order of strength. So when you're using paper to paper, so designer series paper to designer series paper, you can use snail no problem, because that will hold very nicely. Or if you're putting designer series paper onto cardstock like a card front, snail is also the way to go. Fast fuse is super sticky. It's really a beautiful adhesive. I find it easier to use than the snail, but using it for boxes, I used to use sticky strip. I don't necessarily have to anymore, especially on dinky boxes like this. But you're gonna put a piece of soap or something in here, you're not gonna need this sticky strip. It's not actually necessary. And just to note, I believe that the fast fuse refill is actually less expensive than the snail refill. And when you go to refill it, I'm always thinking about waste. So when you go to refill it, this is all you get rid of, this piece. You're actually keeping the entire, you know, the holder. So, and with this, I have to throw away this whole section. And this is what you keep on the snail. So to be honest, I'd rather throw away, you know, and put in the landfill this little piece and keep my, you know, keep my handle, recycle. How come that isn't going in? Oh, that's because I'm going in the wrong way. Good grief. Okay, so obviously it takes a brain surgeon to put stuff back together again. No, it's actually pretty easy. It's just because I'm on video. Okay, anyway, that was my little whole spiel about adhesives. Back to the project at hand. I forgot to, in my error, I forgot to crease my lovely box. So let us do it now, shall we? Okay. So the reason why we cut wedge in on these guys is so, hang on, I have to crease this or else it won't go in properly. That was all the glue that you needed, by the way. So I had a big long spiel about glue and I only used one little strip of it. Okay. So the reason why you want to wedge these little pieces out is you can see you got a little bit of a area so that you can put your tab in, if it would work with me today. Good grief. Yeah, working with gold paper, I can see it's kind of, it's like got foil on it, so it's really malleable. It's kind of cool. Ta-da! Finally done. So I was going to do a little decoration as well. Heck, you've stayed with me already, so you might as well just watch to the end, hey? This is my boho blossoms punch, and I just used a little bit of crisp cantaloupe. And back of the piercing tool, I have some pearls. That's what I used on the other one. Just a little one for the little guy, a medium one for the medium fleur, and a big one for the big mama flower. And flip it over. A little bit of glue dot. Stick them where you want them. Still having a little bit of a problem with that guy. Okay, so there is my variation on my gold box, soapbox. Thanks for sticking with me, guys, and I will see you next Friday. Bye.